I'm Scott Rudy. I'm the game director for Rocket League.
Rocket League, obviously, we're off to a pretty great summer for you guys. You have just introduced a ton of new content, all themed around being out of school and just kicking back 80s style.
That's right. Yeah, I'm a kid of the 80s myself. I'm 48 years old, and so I remember all the 80s stuff very vividly. And so me, the art director, and then our VP of publishing, Jeremy, we're all 80s kids. And so it was a lot of fun for us to come up with all the different ideas for it.
Nice. Now, we've seen a lot of licensed products, really cool licensed products. You guys have the Ecto one.
Yeah, we're really glad to be working with the Ghostbusters team. And then later in Radical Summer, we'll also have the Knight Rider Kit Car DLC in there. And they were just amazing to work with and kept on plussing each other's ideas. And it was a smooth ride.
You know, I don't know how much of the other content we can talk about as far as like the toppers and the skins and things
about
like that.
It all, man. Everything.
Okay. So like I saw Cobra Kai in there. I saw Ultimate Warrior. I saw Voltron.
Yep.
I saw E.T. Like there are so many licenses. Like, do you come up with the ideas and then approach these people, and they're all just really cool about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was really a two-step process. First, coming up with the ideas, and so the three of us really made like a list of like well over, I think, 200 ideas of different things that we really got into in the 80s, and then we narrowed it down based on what is more appropriate to the Rocket League. Like 16 Candles and other John Hughes movies were so huge there, but what are you going to put in a Rocket League? So it wasn't quite as much as we loved those films. And at the same time, we also wanted to make it stuff that would be relevant for players now who are less than 40 years old. And so we took our list and put it against some of the younger members of the team, as well as our own kids. And so like the ColecoVision didn't make it because nobody knew what that was, even though I loved the heck out of it. And just a lot of those kind of things. And so we really narrowed it down to what we came up with now.
Awesome. But so no 16 Candles, are we not getting like a Molly Ringwald skin? Is that what you're talking?
I know, as much as I would love to throw that in the game, because wow.
Yeah, no Breakfast Club, like where like all these rocket cars are just sitting around learning about each other.
In detention, people doing this at them, it's none of that.
Nice. But yeah, it seems like everybody seems really eager to work with you guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, we really respect their IPs and want to be good partners with them, and we're really popular right now, so I think it just works out.
Yeah, I really loved the crossover between Hot Wheels and Rocket League. That just seemed like a match made in heaven to me. And then like all the Rick and Morty items that you guys had, I was playing like probably 2 or 3 times more than I normally play just to like get those things.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, a lot of the team, especially the art team, really gets into certain properties like the Rick and Morty one. I mean, people are clawing each other to get to work on that, especially. And then for me as a dad, the Hot Wheels one, because I play with my 7-year-old son a lot, and he was just going nuts for it. And so I felt like a good dad by helping getting that in the game and stuff. So
yeah, it was pretty awesome. And I'm curious, like some of these new decals and toppers and hats and all that stuff, are these going to be in crates, or are we going to get them as random drops?
Sure. Everything we saw today would be in event stores, just like how we do Haunted Hallows and stuff. So as you play online matches during Radical Summer, you earn our currency, which is cassettes, which most young kids won't know it as. It's how we listened to music back in the day. It was a thing. And so as you earn cassettes, you can go into the event store and then buy the Voltron topper and other things that you see in our trailer and the various releases that we're doing.
Awesome. Now, we've already got one new mode out. We checked out a couple more today that were pretty insane. Had us all smiling from ear to ear, though, the minute we tried them out. Can you talk a little bit about your new modes?
Yeah, sure. The one active right now is Ghost Hunt, and it's really based on that experience in Ghostbusters when they went into the hotel ballroom to trap Slimer into the trap. And so we started with that and tried to put a lot of Rocket League into that. And it really is exciting to see how people are digesting it. And a lot of people are just like, what is this? And then the more they play, I can see a lot of them are starting to form strategies and blocking each other and stuff like that. So it's maturing pretty well. The team favorite is Spike Rush, which is coming out July 1st. And that thing is like, if normal Rocket League is car soccer, this is car rugby. It's very physical. People are demoing a lot. And it's basically everybody's got spikes, and you hit the ball, and while you have the ball on your spikes, you get no boost, and if any opponent touches you or the ball, you demo. And so as we saw in our match, there was people demoing and doing all kinds of crazy flips, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it was like getting into brawls in a lot of ways. Like everybody kind of goes for the ball, and one person gets blown up, and then they get counter blown up, and it just keeps going back and forth. But the thing that really got me is when you hit the ball. If you hit it in the wrong way, your car could kind of lose its front wheels or rear wheels and become
on the ball. You're spiked on top of the ball, and so luckily you can disengage the spikes either to do a nice timed flip or to not just be attached to the ball on top, and so you can't drive. And so it's really going to be like how much are you going to play before you get really a lot used to it.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like I was kind of developing rugby strategies as I was playing, where it's not so much about holding back and guarding. It's more about being up there with your teammates so that you can get the ball from them if need be and sort of passing it forward, because you can't use rockets when you have the ball.
Yeah, the passing game is actually one of the things I didn't really expect when we first started this, but when you started people flicking the ball at each other, or if they see a collision coming, they flick it back or something. It's almost like hockey drop passes and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah. I got a little highlight in there, just a little like hint of it.
Yeah, it's highlight the hard way.
Yeah, absolutely. And when is this going to be coming to Rocket League?
Yeah, Spike Rush starts from July 1st, and it goes all the way to July 22nd, and then our third phase goes in, and that's going to be a lot of 80s TV hits like Voltron. We got some classic WWE properties like The Ultimate Warrior and Randy the Macho Man Savage, which was one of my favorites, and a lot of other little things in there. And so that game mode is actually called, revitalized or updated beach ball. So we made it look like a beach ball with a new skin. And then as we saw, it's a lot bouncier and lighter, and it also curves in the air. We were using that curveball mutator we introduced in the game earlier this year. And it all really comes together, and you feel like you're really playing with a beach ball in that thing. And it's just a lot of fun.
That's super awesome. Now, we're currently in the middle of a season.
Yeah, the first phase, which is the 80s blockbusters phase, and we got of course, the Ghostbusters DLC pack, which is Ecto 1, and some different things going on it. The wheels, the ectoplasm boost, and then properties from Back to the Future, E.T., a lot of stuff in there. Go in and take a look and get the DLCs, go in and play online matches to get those cassettes and get all those items. After the third event, we're going to have a whole week for people to go and redeem any unused cassettes. It's like a second chance to get anything that has been in the stores for the entire event.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to need that because I'm at a lot of these conventions, and it really cuts into my Rocket League time.
Oh, right. Yeah, E3 is right in the middle of the first event, so yeah.
It's rough on me, but I'm glad that the people at home can be enjoying it.
Yeah, I think they're enjoying it. We're seeing a lot of people going in there playing Ghost Hunt, and I just really can't wait to see what they do with Spike Rush.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what's next. I mean, fall's coming up after summer, right? You guys got to have something planned for that.
We got a lot of stuff. There's going to be some quality of life stuff, like ways to manage your inventory, because we've been giving players a lot of items, and there's a lot of people are just kind of getting, just too many to manage correctly. So we're going to be improving that experience, making it easier to stay partied up after a match with randos. And we're going to do a second pass on the tournament system later in the year. So when it's done, it's done. We're not going to rush this one. So hopefully people really enjoy that stuff.
That would be rad. I definitely have a lot of orange cone toppers that, I could probably tidy up a bit.
Yeah, that's the thing, because not everything can be traded in or traded up to the next rarity. Some stuff is like limited things that you just kind of want out of the way. And we're going to be doing other quality of life stuff to help with those later as well.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And of course, Rocket League, a great esports title. We always love a good esports game, but, it's like Rocket League's probably my favorite to watch at this point.
Sure. Well, next weekend, that's the RLCS Championship in Newark, New Jersey at the, I believe, the Prudential Center. And we're, I think, almost sold out. So if you haven't got a ticket and you want one, you better rush to get in there.
All right. Yeah, and obviously, watching those guys play, it doesn't blow your mind. I mean, you've got to know Rockets. I mean, you're working on the game. But those guys, do you see things and you're just like, I can't believe that they're playing at this level?
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things I've been making video games for a long time. And a lot of the games, especially those with physics, you are just astounded with what people can actually do with this kind of stuff. And so, watching these guys, it's like magic. You're just like, how I don't even know how they're doing this kind of stuff, and you're always surprised. And what's funny is like even they surprise each other, like ceiling flip reset, and be like, oh, that's the first time we saw this. And now they're all practicing it, and it just evolves as we go.
That's awesome. Well, we'll definitely be tuning in. And where can people go to find out more about Rocket League?
So our main site is rocketleague.com, and then we are on Twitter and just other social, outlets that you would expect.
Nice. Awesome. And you guys are basically on every console ever made, right?
That is correct. We're even on Mac and Linux right now. So definitely Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, PC, of course, and just having that cross-play where everybody can enjoy each other's company and play together has been a great development.
That's awesome. Do you guys have any Google Stadia plans at this point?
We're looking at the technology. It's just too early to tell. I don't know.
Just another thing you're going to have to make cross-play work for, right?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?